Hello, and welcome to another day of English 2. I'm your online teacher, Miss Bear. We have been working on a unit about graffiti. Is it art or is it crime? And so this is, just as a reminder, a Unit 6 from Common Lit 360 curriculum. If your teacher needs access to this curriculum, they need to go back to my first lesson, and my first lesson will walk them through how to sign up for Common Lit so that they can have full access to all of the videos and content within this curriculum. So, what is our essential question for this unit? Is graffiti a work of art or a crime to be punished? And how do we decide? Over the last several days, you guys have received lots of texts and watched some videos about this, filling out about this essential question. You've been doing this research note-taking graphic organizer. You need to make sure that you have it out for today as well, because we will be looking at a new text today. So today we're going to read Godfather of Graffiti. This is about Daryl Cornbread McCrae. He was an early innovator of what we consider modern graffiti. So when you hear the word Godfather, it actually makes me, I don't know about you, think more kind of mafia-like. So were the things that the mafia did legal or illegal? So does that change your opinion about whether or not graffiti is art or crime? And so you're going to get a little bit more about this Daryl McCrae today, and his nickname was Cornbread. So we're going to read about him today. So again, make sure that you have your graphic organizer ready to fill that out as we read. Right now, I want you to think about how and where you think modern graffiti originated. Raise your hand to share your answer. Great job. I love some of your answers, and some of you may be right. So let's see if we can find where and how this graffiti or modern graffiti originated from. So Daryl Cornbread McCrae is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he claims to invented tagging. I bet a bunch of you guys thought it was California, didn't you? That's what I heard. I heard a lot of you thought it was California, but it was actually Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So on the opposite side of our country. And so he invented tagging, or he claims to have invented tagging. And so now we're going to pause. I'm going to pause and let your teacher play this video for you that kind of shows his signature graffiti. All right, you guys should have finished that video. Now I want you to turn and talk with a neighbor. Would you describe Cornbread's graffiti as art? Why or why not? Some of you had some really great ideas and answers. As you read this text, I want you to think back to those things. So when you read, you're going to ask yourself, what is the author's argument and how do they support their claim? And so as you read this text, I want you to think about the argument prompt for this unit. Should graffiti be protected? So now, at this point, your teacher should hand you, or you should have gotten, a copy of today's text, The Godfather of Graffiti. Remember, as you are reading this text, there are some questions in the margins. Make sure that you are reading that and answering those questions in the margins, because that will actually help you when it comes to writing your essay, as well as answering the questions at the end. So, some parts you might want to read with a partner and some might be independent. On your copy, it might actually tell you that's a partner reading or independent reading. Again, I need you to make sure that you are following your teacher's instruction as to whether or not you read both ways, or that teacher asks you to read independently. So I'm going to pause, let you read this article, and then we'll come back. All right, great job. Now that you have finished reading and answering the questions in the margins, I need you to go back to the article, and at the very end, there are those questions at the end that say independent practice. Those questions are in place, and they are written in a way that will help you at the end of the year when you take your English 2 state assessment. That's the reason we answer these questions at the end, and they are written at a level that mimics that English 2 state test. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to complete that independently. All right, that is all that we have for today. So until next time, happy learning and happy reading.